Israel has agreed to send a delegation to a new round of negotiations on a ceasefire and hostage release deal with Hamas. The United States, Egypt and Qatar issued a joint call for talks to resume next week in either Cairo or Doha. Hamas has yet to respond, with fears of a wider regional escalation following the killing of the Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. In Iran, international diplomats have been stressing the urgent need for a ceasefire to end the Gaza war. In a statement, President Biden, the Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, and the Emir of Qatar say there is no further time to waste or any excuse for further delay, adding it's time to release the hostages, begin the ceasefire and implement this agreement. And within the last few minutes so we've heard from the Israeli defense minister saying it's important, quote, to reach a Gaza hostage release deal swiftly. So some reaction there from the Israeli defense minister on that story. Earlier I asked our Middle East correspondent Yulon Nell how it would work. Well, that's a subject to a lot of speculation. Certainly Ismail Haniyeh, who was assassinated in Tran last week when he was visiting there, was seen as somebody who is more moderate and pragmatic. He had been overseeing the Hamas negotiations, but it has been pointed out by Hamas officials that Khallah, the senior Hamas official who was really leading the negotiating team in these indirect talks with Israel through mediators, that he remains in place. He remains responsible for this file, and that previously Yahya Sinwar, now the hardliner leader of Hamas overall, that he had apparently agreed to all of the former positions that Hamas had signed up to, including of course that temporary truce we saw leading to the release of dozens of Israeli hostages late last year. And it had seemed that anyway Yahya Sinwar was really calling the shot. He is presumed to be in an underground bunker in Gaza, having been seen to have masterminded the 7th of October deadly attacks on Israel. And as we mentioned, there's been pressure internationally to get to a ceasefire. How much appetite is there within Israel to go down that route? Well, Israel was very quick to say that it was going to send its negotiators back to these talks. Certainly there's a lot of domestic pressure. The hostages' families, one of the main groups, came out quickly to support this statement, sending quite a strong message really from these three leaders in the region, and US President Joe Biden as well, who have all been supporting the mediation effort. And it had been suggested back up in late July, prior to this sort of series of events that led to an escalation in this region, this dangerous juncture that it finds itself at the it had been said by the Americans in particular that they were getting close to having a deal agreed. And this statement suggests that a bridging proposal to overcome different outstanding issues between the two parties that can be agreed. A senior US administration official was briefing journalists that there were compromises needed by both sides at the negotiating table. You learn now that